Simlies! How are you guys? How have you been? I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and are looking forward to a Happy New Year. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you've been having some very happy and joyous holidays. Today in this build, we're going to be doing a kind of maybe a mid-century modern, arguably, house with a center courtyard, or basically, in other words, the whole house wraps around a center courtyard, and it's going to have 3 bedrooms. You could easily add more bedrooms. One of the bedrooms has got like 2 beds for kids, and then it's got a connected bathroom and playroom, as well as an office for the adults, which is connected to their bedroom and ensuite. And I just really love the flow of this house because it's it's kind of circular, and a lot of doors go into other rooms, which then go into the next room and the next room. So it's all very very fluent? No, not fluent. What's the word? Fluid? No, not fluid. I don't know. It just flows. My way of words today is a little bit off. I'm not going to lie. I am a little bit tired. Christmas for me was really fun, but very busy. And I had most of the time with my family. Actually, the entire Christmas I had was spent with my family. In the morning, I had a beautiful breakfast that my mum made, and I put a bit of that on Snapchat, and I loved your responses to my Christmas Snapchats. You guys were all so sweet, so thank you so much for your Christmas messages, and also your kind tweets, and also your beautiful comments on Instagram and YouTube as well. So Merry Christmas to you guys too. And after breakfast, I went to the beach for a quick dip. And here in Australia, it was really, really hot. It was like 38 degrees in Melbourne on Christmas, Celsius. So in Fahrenheit, let's just look that up. So in Fahrenheit, that's 100.4 degrees. So yeah, it was pretty hot. It was nice. It was like your perfect Australian summer day, and that's why I definitely had to have a swim in the morning. Then drove up to my grandparents' place with Mum, and we had a lovely Christmas lunch with them, and then my grandpa and I fell asleep on the couch together. So that was a bit cute and quite funny. I think a few of the family members were laughing at us, and then came home and played Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the Wii U until about midnight. It was great. So it was a nice Christmas. It was just like go, go, go though, except for nap time. So, if I didn't have nap time, I wouldn't have been able to play Zelda. So I was pretty happy about that. And then Boxing Day, I was pretty quiet on the old social media. I spent Boxing Day with my dad, and he came around and then had sweets and tea, and yeah. What did you guys do for Christmas, or what are you guys celebrating if you don't celebrate Christmas? I would love to know. Or are you just hanging around having some relaxation time being on holidays? By the way, speaking of relaxation, I'm going floating tomorrow, which is one of my favorite treats to give myself, a float in an isolation tank. I just cannot wait. I always feel so good after it. So yes. That's tomorrow. I'm pumped. But anyways, we've basically got the basic outer shell of this house. It kind of reminds me of houses built in the 70s or late 60s. I don't know. It's got a slight Brady Bunch vibe. I think it's, once we put some of the wallpapers on, we use kind of an iconic stone pattern that I think was used a lot in the 70s, and now it's kind of come back into fashion again. And also these low roofs are quite common to that style. And right now we're going to be choosing wallpapers. And I took so long picking wallpapers that I decided to just kind of skip ahead a little bit, because otherwise we would have been sitting here watching me go through wallpapers for like 10 minutes. So we will skip ahead in a second. But I was unsure with what color scheme I wanted to go with. I am always very tempted to go with a gray color scheme just because I love concrete fused with like beautiful timber and greenery. I love that juxtaposition. It's just my personal taste. But I know that, you know, that gets repetitive. It's boring. It's not all of your taste. And it's certainly not going to be the type of houses we want to play our Sims in so all the time. So I thought, you know what, let's mix it up. Let's give it a red roof and let's go with some warmer brown tones as well, or even go with some timber on the outside to make it like really warm. And I'm really happy with how this house turned out. I feel like it's a very different shape to what I've had before, or at least layout. And yeah, so I hope you guys like it. It's on the gallery right now to download. I made sure it was on the gallery because a few of you guys seem to have been finding it difficult to find my builds. I'm just going to remind you guys to check your filtering options on the gallery, because sometimes you might have some things that you can't see. I don't know. I never use custom content in builds. There's never any CC, so you don't need to worry about enabling that. But sometimes maybe you don't show all the packs, or I don't know. Just check that filter area, because my builds, most of them should be up. And yeah, so it's kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to New Year's. I am just so ready for 2017. It's not even funny. This year has been a fantastic year for me. It's been a fantastic year for all of us, for the channel. I think there's been some really fun, strong content, and you guys have been giving some incredible feedback and have been enjoying the channel from what I can see. So it's been an awesome year for the channel. But for me personally, I think whilst everything to do with YouTube and you guys has been like a really, really awesome, big, massive part of my life, I feel like I've gone through a few things in my personal life that have been really challenging this year. And I'm looking forward to a fresh start next year. Just to, you know, really just start fresh, have a clean slate. So I am pumped for that. And yeah, what about you guys? Are you excited for the new year? For those of you guys who are in school, have you got your classes yet? For those of you who are taking a gap year, or maybe going to uni, or maybe you found a new job, or maybe you're just doing the same thing you've been doing. Maybe you've got kids, like figuring out what the kids are going to do this year. I would just love to hear about your plans. Sorry, next year. I would just love to hear your positive plans, you know? I think it's always good to just write them down somewhere and have other people look at them, give them a thumbs up, so you know, like, yes, I'm going to do this. I've put it out there, it's going to happen. And I don't know, I think that's always a good thing to do. Something about writing that helps you, I don't know, achieve things perhaps. Achieve things. I think for next year, for 2017, my goals are going to be definitely to live stream more, to diversify the channel, so keep up heaps of Sims content, because obviously that's my thing, that's what I love, but I do want to somehow find other things that I love to do that you guys enjoy watching as well, just to mix it up a bit. A live stream more, like I said, and then I want to buy a nightie, because I've never had a nightie. I would love to get a chow chow, but I don't think I have enough money to move into an apartment with a backyard to get a chow chow. That's like the dream, but we're not there yet. That can wait. I'll just keep posting you guys ridiculous pictures of cute chow chow dogs, and that'll make me feel like I have one. And then what else is my New Year's resolution? Oh, I really want to work on my fitness and health, actually. That's a big thing. That would be nice. And meet a nice boy. That's my other thing that I want to do. But yeah, looking forward to it for sure. Alrighty, so we basically have the floor plan all figured out for this house. I've gone with some darker brown walls at this stage. However, we're going to make them a bit more of a creamy yellow color. And we're also going to introduce just some hints of blue in there. Not too much blue. I know that in the past we have used a lot of blue because it is an easy color to use in The Sims 4, just because there's a lot of swatches that go with it. It's a very easy color to work with. But I've decided to do some more yellow than blue in this build. And this kitchen is kind of cool. The kitchen is connected to, in the same open plan room or space as the dining room. However, the main master bedroom then connects to the kitchen, which then connects to an office space, which then connects to a playroom, which then connects to the kids' room. So the parents would be able to be super close to the kids. They could be working in the office, and because there's a big glass door, they could see into the playroom to keep an eye on the kids that everything's fine. And they're also really close to the kitchen too. So that's kind of good. And I've also added a teen bedroom as well closer to the front door, so they can sneak out easily. And over here, what we're working on is a lounge room. So I wanted the lounge room to have a really nice TV space with some shelving, just because I wanted to change it up a bit and do something a little bit more structured than what we usually do. So we're going to pop the TV in this little inset wall space and then put the shelves down here. The fireplace is a nice warm stone color, which I don't usually go for. And yeah, I think it's just a nice little sitting space. And we're also going to remove some of the windows, I think, because I felt like there was too much glass. And because it's been so hot here in Melbourne, I'm kind of aware that the more windows you have, the hotter it gets. So I feel like I subconsciously kind of had that in the back of my mind. I also wanted the aesthetic of this house not to be super modern. I wanted it to still have a bit of a cozy feel and maybe a slight traditional sense about it. So we are using modern items. However, aspects such as those big leather chairs next to a very modern kind of 60s table, it's an odd mix, but I think it works and I think it fits with the house. So it's not meant to be a perfect, sleek, modern house. It's meant to look a little bit lived in. It's meant to have a mix of things in it. It's not meant to be like this house has been bought and furnished all at once. You know, things have been collected over time and might not be perfect together. I wish we did have a few more clutter items. I'd actually really love that in The Sims 4. So I'm looking forward to that building up over time, because I feel like particularly on those small shelves, we don't have that much we can put on them unless we start using some move objects on sheets where we can lift up objects using the 9 and 0 key. But yeah, I also love that there's a little diagonal window in the corner of the lounge room. It's just this little dynamic aspect of the build that I thought was kind of cool and gave it a little bit of something. Down the corridor, we have the kitchen here, and we're going to kind of mirror what we have in the lounge room by putting those stone pillars in there, just to link the aesthetics of the two rooms. I'm using these timber bench tops because I think they go with the windows nicely, and they are kind of modern, but at the same time they look a little bit traditional because they've got those cupboard door details on them. And the cream bench tops are perfect to kind of tie in the stone and that warm wallpaper. I also love the fact that those windows are kind of broken up, and it looks really nice from the outside just to have that little repetitive window pattern. We're going to be putting some cupboards just across there and some lights in between them as well, which is making it look kind of realistic. I feel like in The Sims sometimes, you know, because you don't really use that much storage in the game. Like, you don't use storage during gameplay. So, I mean, except for like the dishwasher and the fridge, if you count that as storage, and maybe the bookshelf. But in terms of cupboards and stuff, you don't really use them. So I often leave them out. So I felt like, okay, let's actually put a good number of cupboards in this kitchen. So that's why we doubled them up. And we've got a double bench space width. So we've got the normal countertops next to the, what do you call the other ones? The like bench ones where you can sit stools on them, and some treats on the bench. Yummy. Oh my God, I ate so many treats over Christmas. Oh my God, so many treats. I'm going to really have to hit that gym because I feel really guilty. It was so good though. Like, I love Christmas time, the food, because my family gets, I don't know, not crazy into cooking, but we definitely do a lot more cooking than we would usually do. And my family also gifts from the extended family. Usually we just kind of cook each other food. Some people give gifts, but we'll often get like a food hamper or something with homemade chutney or homemade tomato sauces and olive oil and olives and stuff. And I just love those kind of gifts. I think they're just so nice that someone has made it for you and gone to that effort and kind of put that love into it. So I can't wait to eat all the extra food after Christmas, you know? It's like it just goes on for a few months and it's the bomb digs. So this is just a base game mirror. I've lifted up off the ground. Usually it just goes from the ground upwards, but I think it looks nice if you lift it up and overlap them to get rid of the gaps. And it just looks like this one big sheet of mirror, which is kind of classy and really opens up the room. That's definitely something I'd put in a house in real life, for sure. And then, yeah, we've got the dining table. Again, some more traditional chairs there, but then kind of a modern rug. It's definitely meant to be a bit of a mixed bag of things. And then there's the middle courtyard, which we're going to actually put a hot tub in. Yeah, I was like, what should we put in here? A hot tub, which was inspired by my auntie Jenny, who was very excited to tell me for Christmas her husband got her like a little blow-up pool to put in the backyard. And she sent a picture today showing her and him playing with this blow-up volleyball net inside their little blow-up pool, and it was so cute. So I think that kind of inspired me a little bit. It's very funny. All right, so this is the entrance room, and yes, the rug inspired the wall color. This isn't a wall color I would probably like in my house, but I thought it suited this house. And I don't know, I think, how would you describe this color? It's like a yellow, is it a muted citrus color? I can't explain it, or is it a citrus moss green? Yes, we've nailed it. Citrus moss green. I'm going with that. That's what it is. Actually, it's so not. I don't know. What color is that? A pear green, maybe? Oh, I don't know. But anyways, I thought it was kind of okay to put in this house. And yeah, we're just going to have a couple of lighting items at the front door. We've got a wall light, kind of asymmetrical balance with a lamp on a table and some clocks that, yes, they all say the same time, but we'll just pretend they're showing different times from around the world. Maybe this family has family members in 3 cities around the world, so they like to have their local times on there. The bathrooms are going to be pretty simple. This is the main bathroom. We're going to go with some white tiles, and the white tiles will be broken up by adding some paint. I can't even talk. Paint to the walls, which I kind of like how it just kind of stops halfway along the wall. And by putting a light there, it kind of helps distinguish that is a separate part of the wall. And I felt like we needed some curtains in there because that would be kind of awkward if you're just like sitting on the toilet and, your neighbor walks past and you're like, hey, how are you going? I also wanted to use the fluoro green keyboard just because it's so bright and fabulous. So we decided to put that in there. And yeah, we just had to get rid of a couple of the windows because it was just a little bit too much having the full wall of glass, I thought. And now we're going to be moving down to the other end of the house. I think we're going to work on the playroom next. Maybe. Oh yeah, and I thought these lights kind of looked nice in this house. Again, they're very warm and cozy. They have a bit of a modern feel, but then again, these lights were kind of in 10 years ago, so it's nice. Oh, and this is a playroom, which I thought was really cute. I love the fact it's in between like the kids' room and the office, which then joins to the parents' room. I just think that's such a nice flow between rooms. I just like it. And yeah, I don't know why, but my mouth is really... This is going to sound so gross. My mouth is like really full of saliva right now. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure because it's hot right now. It's like, you know how dogs stick their tongue out? Why do they do that? Why do dogs stick their tongue out all the time, like, and pant? I don't know. I thought it was because they get lots of saliva and then they stick it out to dry it out or something. I don't know. Maybe I should know why they do that. Oh gosh, I feel silly now not knowing. I mean, somehow it cools them down, I think. But anyways, my mouth is just full of saliva right now, and I swear it's because it's hot and I'm like sweating in my mouth. I'm pretty sure that is the logic behind it. 50% sure I'm right. But yeah, sorry. I know sometimes a lot of you guys are like, oh, Deligracy and her lisp and stuff. But I'm sorry, guys. It's just me. It's just who I is. So anyways. Yeah, so this is the kids' playroom all done. I liked that there was a little puppet theatre in there and the nice colourful chairs. Do let me know down below if you really, really, really are wanting some just base game builds or just base game and one pack builds, because recently I've been doing a lot of just mixed everything, all of the packs, and not really having any restrictions. Because I know a lot of you guys like just seeing all of the options that there are in the game, but I know a lot of you guys, if you want to download the house, you find it really annoying that you don't have half of the things. So let me know in the comments down below. I would like to know. I'd love to know. And then, yeah, we're just working on the little home office. I have to say, I love that rug. I think it came with, did that rug come with City Living, I think? But I love the blue and white. I think that's really nice. And we've just used the Move Objects on sheet to make a nice L-shaped desk. And we're going with a bit of an orange and blue theme in this room. An easel in there with a little paint accessory thing on the side in a second. Because I thought maybe their job is creative in some way, or maybe they just have a painting hobby on the side. But you could easily change the kids' playroom or this office into, I don't know, a gym or some other skill building area, depending on what kind of gameplay you're doing in The Sims, or even a greenhouse full of plants you're growing. You could also join the two rooms and make a really big master bedroom suite or something. That could be kind of cool. So yeah, there is definitely room in this house to also add more bedrooms. There's could be 2 more bedrooms. So you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms in this house quite easily. And still have a decent amount of living space and kitchen and bathrooms, I think. So yeah, easy to renovate, definitely. Oh, and guess what? My dad gave me an awesome beach towel for Christmas that has cactuses all over it, and it's bright pink. And I was just like, yes, this is the best present ever. I was really happy to get that. It's one of my favorite gifts. It's kind of like a simple gift, but it's a great gift. I love a good beach towel. Love a good beach towel. And I happen to love these beds as well from the kids' stuff pack. Is kids' stuff pack? Pretty sure. I decided to go with kind of a pink and blue theme in this room. It's not necessarily boy and girl by any means, but you could easily assume that. And I'm just adding a little bit of grey to kind of give it a nice modern, fresh feel. We've got some strips of paint that's broken up as well, which I thought was kind of fun. And then I love the fact that they have little matching lamps and a couple of nice shelves on either side. Then we're just putting some plants on there. Obviously the pink area, judging by the fact that there's flowers over there and, everything's pink. It's more feminine. However, I decided let's break that up a bit. We're going to put some sports equipment over there. And on the other side, it's more like maybe a kid into characters and computer animation characters or something like that, because we're going to be putting the void critters on the walls, which is kind of fun. And I love that big unicorn teddy bear. I feel like The Sims should make that, manufacture that in real life, and then we could buy it, and I would totally buy it and just turn it into my desk chair and just sit on its lap every live stream. That would be awesome. We also have this little play area as well, so a little building spot for them, which is kind of nice. And yeah, that's basically the little kids wing with a couple of beds in there. Then what else have we got left? We've got this undercover outdoor area, which was going to be where the barbecue would be. But I decided it would be nice, because this is such a family home, that it would be kind of cool to put an outdoor cinema under there. You could add an extra room because it is a part, or it does come off the playroom, which is more of a public space in the house. You could do that, close it up. But I thought a home cinema was kind of fun. Cinemas have nice gameplay for your Sims. And yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool. And then on the other side, we have this barbecue area where we're using a few items from different packs here. I think there was the, outdoor backyard stuff pack. We used the table there, but then we've got the chairs from City Living and stuff. So, it's a bit of a mixed lot of things. And then I'm getting confused with which packs what thing is from. But I think, that fireplace is definitely base game. Those chairs, I can't remember. Don't remember. But yeah, I think it was kind of nice. And I thought it was important to put lots of green objects around because it is kind of a merge between indoors and outdoors coming together. And I have to say, I really miss having hanging plants in The Sims 4. We have like 1 or 2 that go off the walls, but I remember having actual hanging plants in Sims 3 and Sims 2, and I miss them. I want some. So hopefully we get a few of them soon. This bathroom is the kids' bathroom, and one of the void critters is like this cute seahorse kind of character. So we end up making kind of a wallpaper pattern using all of this, like repeating this wall critter over and over again. And whoa, that was a little bit dizzy. Here we go. And I just thought that was kind of cute for the bathroom for the kids. And then this is going to be the parents' ensuite. So it's quite small, but it's all they need really. It's got a toilet, a shower, and a sink. And for this bedroom, it's pretty simple, but I thought we'd have some more relaxing colors in there. So we'd go with kind of a mauvey purple with the brown that we've already seen in the rest of the house. And I think it's quite nice. I don't actually think I've done this color combo before. So it's nice to try something a little bit different. And mauve is a very relaxing color, Cooler colors are more relaxing, whereas warm colors are generally more energizing. And for instance, I know a lot of people already know this, but McDonald's, for example, the red and the yellow in their logo, those 2 colors remind you of food and make you feel hungry. Whereas soft colors like mauve and blues and greens are relaxation colors. So you're generally going to see those more in places like doctors or the hospital because they want you to be calm and relaxed. So yeah, fun color theory. If you guys have ever studied interior design, I'm sure you've learnt all about that. And it's actually something I would love to learn more about, like color psychology or color theory. I think it would be so interesting because I totally believe it's a thing. Totally. But we're just not very aware of it consciously. So for this room, I thought it could be maybe a teen's room or maybe another family member who lives with them. But yeah, I just thought, let's just make this a nice, simple room. Very pleasant. We've got the mirrored side tables from City Living, which I love, a base game bed. And then we're going to just have a nice big tree mural on the wall. One of those awesome floor-to-ceiling mirrors, which are pretty cool from the Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack. And over here, I was kind of struggling to figure out how to put both a desk and a wardrobe in this room. I was like, how is this going to fit? But I think we work it out in the end by just having a skinnier, elongated wardrobe as opposed to like a dresser. And I love the color of the wood on that wardrobe thing. I love that color, and I think it goes with the purple so well and just breaks it up a bit. Otherwise, it was going to be like too light and fluffy, the whole room. Just needed to inject something with a little bit of kick, I think. And then what are we going to do here? I'll just put like a nice painting on the wall. Nice, simple. Yeah, just a little pot plant in the corner. Can't go wrong with that. And yeah, I think we're almost done. Oh yeah, a little teddy bear too. Yeah, I guess it could kind of feels like a teen's room. I'd really love to do some gameplay with some elderly Sims living with the family, like grandparents who live with the family or a grandma that lives with them or something. I'd like to do that. Anyway, I haven't really played with elderly Sims much, so I think that would be kind of cool. And then we've got some cactus plants in here. A little tip when you're placing in those pots, which are usually used during gameplay to grow things with seeds, If you want them just for decoration, you can just go to trees and bushes and put them in with the move objects on sheet. And I happen to always use the 9 key to lift up the plant a little bit so it sits in it more nicely, whereas if you just kind of intersect it, the graphics kind of cut through each other. So that's just a little tip that makes it look a little neater and nicer. We got monkey bars and just some chairs, a little bird bath. Yeah, it's all coming together, I think. Oh, and a spa bath, because who doesn't love a spa bath? Or a hot tub, I know most of you guys call it. And I thought a little bit of paving was kind of nice for this area as well. So yeah, just giving it a little bit more of a manicured look, I suppose, by putting the pavement in there rather than just a spa bath sitting on grass. It didn't look quite right to me. Anyways, here are the final screenshots. So I would love for you guys to let me know what you thought of this build, if you liked it for a change. But yeah, that's basically the almost a bird's eye view, or a view from above of the house, and that's the front of the house. And we're going to head inside into the entrance area where you've got, a mix of modern and more old furniture. This dining table is definitely a mix. And then there's the kitchen, looking very nice and clean. And yeah, I like that kitchen for some reason. And this is a little courtyard we just made. The living area. I like that for a change, having those pillars in there. And I have to say, I couldn't help myself but just put something really crazy and bright in the corner with that electric blue chair. More muted colors for the lounge room, a nice little artsy corner or musical corner there with a really cool building painting. Love this playroom. That's just a nice little bit of fun. And the kids' room where there is someone sleeping in the kids' bed. That's just a random sim. And their bathroom with all of their void critters on the walls. So cute. I love those little characters. One of the cutest things The Sims 4 has definitely done in the game. I like them a lot. Nice office there with like a Sims Oscar equivalent. The master bedroom is actually really nice. I mean, if I stayed at someone's house and that was my room, I would be like, damn, this is nice. And yeah, just another shot of the dining room, because why not? Why not? And then the extra bedroom as well, closer to the front of the house. But yeah, that's it. That's the build. Let me know what you guys want me to build next or post next. And I love reading your comments. Hope you had an amazing, happy holidays or start to it. And I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.